In the deep, shadowy memories of the First World War, there exists a forgotten tale of bravery and sacrifice that many have never heard. This is not the story of the grand offensives or the iconic battles emblazoned in history books. Instead, it is a humble yarn entwined with the lives of ordinary soldiers whose courage and resilience stood out amidst the chaos of war. The year was 1916, and the setting was the somber trenches of the Western Front in northern France. Mud and gloom were as constant as the distant rumble of artillery. Among the men huddled in these trenches was Private Thomas Greaves, a young farmer from Yorkshire, who, like many others, was unwittingly caught in the whirlpool of war. Thomas's battalion had been on standby for weeks, awaiting orders. Unlike his comrades, his spirit remained unbroken, bolstered by his letters from home, full of hopeful words from his fiancée, Mary, who awaited his return. In a twist of fate, Thomas and his comrades received orders to advance on a seemingly insignificant village called Ville-Pauvre. Intelligence reported that the village was lightly defended, but upon arrival, the reality was starkly different. The enemy was entrenched and prepared, forces underestimated by the strategic command. As dawn broke, the air was thick with tension and fog. Like ghosts, the soldiers moved silently through the mist, aware that the calm was only a deceptive prelude to chaos. And then it began. Rifle shots cracked through the air, and artillery shells whistled ominously before exploding into fiery chaos. In the heat of battle, Thomas found himself separated from his battalion. Navigating through the labyrinth of debris, he stumbled upon an abandoned farmhouse, its walls still echoing the laughter of the family that once called it home. There he met Sergeant Adrian Mahler, a German soldier also detached from his unit, nursing a leg wound. At that moment, they could have chosen to fight, eyes meeting across the divide of opposing forces. But compassion prevailed over conflict. Thomas, risking violation of orders, tended to Adrian's wound, sharing some precious drops of water and hard bread. In the subsequent hours, they found an unexpected camaraderie, sharing stories of their lives before the war. Both men realized the absurdity of their predicament, driven to fight by powers they did not fully understand. In these fleeting moments, amidst the horrors surrounding them, they forged an unlikely bond of humanity. As dusk drew in, the sound of approaching footsteps echoed through the air. Rescued at last by their units, Thomas and Adrian exchanged muted nods, understanding the necessity of returning to their respective sides. Despite the chasm of war, a part of them lingered in that farmhouse, a testament to choices made not out of duty, but of shared humanity. The battle for Ville-Pauvre drew little attention in the pages of history. Yet, those who survived carried with them the memories of courage and connections born amidst turmoil. For Thomas and Adrian, the war was long and arduous, but the memory of that day never faded. After the armistice, on a summer's day in 1922, a letter arrived from Germany, penned by Adrian. In it he wrote, "Though we were foes for a moment, the peace we found was not in victory, but in our shared humanity. You are my brother." Thus, the forgotten Battle of Ville-Pauvre and its unsung heroes are remembered not for the bloodshed, but for the victory of spirit over the divisions of men, reminding us that even in the most forgotten corners of history, heroism can be found in the simplest of human acts.